afternoon, good morning, good night, and welcome to another episode of Comfort and Confidence. It's me, username Rome, RHOME1481. I say username because we all on our phones and we all on a laptop or a desktop or a computer somewhere. So, you can catch up to me on all socials at Rome1481. And I'm back, man. Just kicking it with y'all. Hopefully that we gain a little confidence in the process and just get a little more comfortable, So wipe your feet off. In New York, we had a lot of snow this week. It's going crazy. We had a blizzard. Then 2 days later, more snow. Then I think we get more snow this weekend or the following week. Like it's getting back to the old days, 96, the blizzard of 96 era. So, good times, man. Had a pretty good week, pretty productive week. Just chopping it up, kicking it with my peoples and all that. But let's get right into the show, man. What that even mean? I'm doing a phrase for y'all this time. So it's not just a word, but, in the dictionary, you can look it up. You can look up the meaning wherever you need to find your meaning at. Due diligence. And in the dictionary, it says reasonable steps taken by a person in order to satisfy a legal requirement, especially in buying or selling something. So me, how I use it in my day-to-day is I'm usually just, having conversations with people, especially conversations about dating, and asking people, did you really do your due diligence on figuring out who this person is? Like, yeah, you might have met them through Instagram or you might have met them through socials or like the kids say, you might have met them IRL, but did you do your due diligence and really getting to know this person, or were you falling for just an idea of them and you felt disappointed because one, you didn't express your expectations, and two, you probably thought they were somebody that they really wasn't. So just make sure you do your due diligence in getting to know people, whether it's a relationship, friendship, kinship, whatever the case is, co-worker. Because sometimes you run into that coworker that you think is mad cool, then you try to chill with them outside of work, and it don't really be cool like that. So just make sure you do your due diligence. You know what I mean? For me, what brought me comfort this week is in knowing that a lot of these chicks out here, let me start that over. I'm scared of the chick that used to be a demon and now all of a sudden she's super churchy. Like, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with finding God and, connecting with your spirituality, but when Shorty was a demon and now every other post is something about God and I'm in God's favor and I just got saved and now I'm holy and now I'm all this, I feel the same way about them as the way I feel about the mega church pastors. How are you supposed to be a pastor and you driving a Rolls Royce? Like, it just, to me, it just don't add up. Like, I appreciate people saying that, you built this, you built it off God's favor, but something about it just ain't right. Something about it just ain't right when a chick, like, you was a demon in the street. Like, you was what we used to call back in the days a head busser, right? Like, what's the joke in the movie? They used to call you Jawbone. Like, you was really one of them. And now all of a sudden you super mega churchy and everything is about God and religion and you doing Bible study 3 nights a week and you teach in Sunday school. And yeah, I don't trust them. Again, there's nothing wrong with preaching your religion or finding God, but now you out there, you on the corner soliciting, you out there with the microphone and the boombox try to preach the good word. Nah, don't trust her. I don't trust her. That's just what I'm on. moving on. um, a lot of y'all was really rocking with me when I told y'all that I watched Love Is Blind, and I'm a real what I would like to call a TV connoisseur, right? So usually when my friends come to me and ask me like, "Yo, what you watching right now? Or what's hot on TV right now?" I love TV shows. Like I'm a TV buff, so I'm gonna just give y'all a couple of my favorite shows that I'm watching right now that's in season. I'm confident that you will like it. If you don't, you can hit me. You can leave it in the comments, whatever the case is. But right now on HBO, I'm watching The Pit. If you into doctor shows, it's not drama and messy like Grey's Anatomy, but it's a really good show about people working in the emergency room. It's called The Pit. Um, Really incredible show. I think it won a couple awards, the Emmys or whatever, but I'm really rocking with that. If you're looking for some comedy, Shrinking is literally the funniest show on TV. If you ever seen Forgetting Sarah Marshall, we got my man Jason Segel in there. So go check that out. That's on Apple TV. Honestly, Apple is killing it right now. The next two shows come from Apple TV as well. There's a show called Tehran. If you into espionage, like government on some homeland type style, Tehran is definitely fire. It's based in the Middle East. Um, they speak English as well as Farsi, I believe the language is. So it's something you really got to pay attention to if you're really into that kind of thing. And the next one is Drops of God. Like this, to me, this concept is something that I never seen. So I really like originality. There's a girl from France and a guy from Tokyo, and they're sommeliers. If you don't know what a sommelier is, it's like the people that know everything about wine, like the wine connoisseurs. They smell and it can tell you what kind of fruit was in the wine and all that. So it's a dope show. If you're into that kind of thing, they speak 3 different languages in there. So it's English, French, and Japanese. So if you're into that, or if you want something that's original and new, fresh to watch, definitely check out Drops of God. Um, yeah, so we were civilized back when kids used to play sports outside in the cold. Again, I'm from New York, the Northeast. We be outside hooping in our first downs, in our North Face coats, and all that. And it brought me real joy to see um, some kids out there just hooping. Like right after the snow, they cleared the snow on the basketball court, and some kids were just out there hooping and just having fun like the old days. Like they really looked like they was kids outside. Like it just felt good to see that. So it felt good to see that there's still some kids that are really civilized, that are really in tune with, what's going on. Just being a kid, right? Even with a lot of the basketball now, like kids be feeling like they can't play ball unless they in the gym or they in the AAU tournament or whatever the case is. Like, nah, go outside, hoop on the pavement, like touch grass, as the kids would say, right? Like, just really get your hoop on. Like that was really dope for me to see. I really enjoyed that, and shout out to all the kids out there really just still trying to be kids, like you know, playing basketball, playing football, playing soccer, whatever the sport is, whatever your case is. Shout out to them, and shout out to the parents that allow their kids to still be kids. Growing up in certain environments in certain neighborhoods like I did, I was coming home from school by myself at the age of 8. So, you know, life circumstances. I ain't looking for no pity party or no sympathy, but shout out to them. Like shout out to the kids that's outside still trying to be kids, man. Like that was really dope to see, and it felt good. Like, it really felt good. It was too cold for me to take my phone out and take a video, but it was cool. Like I enjoyed that. Picky as hell. Let me explain. Let me explain to y'all why this is a very important picky as hell. Um, I'm a father that has a teenager, and as a teenager, even me as a dad, I've experimented and like, wanted to try different things and so on and so forth. And so, make sure if your parents or you have nieces or nephews that are teenagers, make sure that you encourage them to be extremely picky with their vices, right? Because kids are gonna try stuff. Like it's really nothing you could do about it at this point. So I want to make sure that I'm always picky with my vices, right? Like whether it be drinking alcohol. Like I'm at the point where, listen, I'm getting up there in age. I'm not drinking no Henny. Like it's over for that. Please don't pass me no Henny. Don't ask me about no Henny. Most dark liquors I'm not even gonna touch at this age. I'm a tequila drinker. So guess what I'm drinking? Tequila. Like don't try to, oh, you should try this cognac or you should try this whiskey. Nah, I'm not on that. I'm on tequila right now. So make sure that you be picky with your vices, right? Like I'm comfortable in saying that, you know, I don't smoke weed. Like that's not my thing. But pass me the hookah, and every now and again I'll take a little trip on shrooms. Like that's my vibe. That's my vice. But I'm picky with, who I get who and where I get my vices from, and how I indulge. And so, just make sure you indulging responsibly and have those conversations with your kids because, listen, especially my generation, we didn't really grow up with a lot of people teaching us what to do or what to say or how to parent. So, you know, parenthood is a really it's probably the most difficult hood I ever been in, right? Like just trying to be able to navigate and teach my children the right things, morally and principles and integrity, and just trying to make sure that they stay on the right path, whatever their path may be. Again, you don't have to follow me. It's a reason why I don't have a junior, because I don't want my kids to be like me. I want them to be better. I want them to take it further. I want them to, to the moon. So be picky. Be picky and show your kids that you picky, right? At some point, your kids are going to find out that whatever your vice is, whatever it is you indulge in, or maybe you don't drink, maybe your vice is food, right? Be picky with your food. Don't eat everything and don't eat everybody's food, because everybody's food don't hit the same. So, just make sure that you be picky. And so I want to get into the main topic of the episode. Currently, right now, I do have a 9 to 5, right? Like, I'm not even going to sit here and try to front for y'all like I'm out here in the streets or I'm chewing off of content or whatever the case is. I got a 9 to 5. And so I'm a part of a mental health practice. And I got several different locations that I cover. And I think therapy is so important. But not only do I think therapy is important, I also think it's important to have therapeutic practices. And by therapeutic practices, I mean, like, I think women kind of have it the best when it comes to the genders, simply because most times when something happens in a woman's life, she has friends that she feels like she can go to and talk about it and get it out and maybe cry, and maybe they'll go eat a pint of ice cream together and whatever the case is, and having those things are really important to people. And so me doing this, me even sharing my thoughts with y'all and creating this platform to share with y'all, for me, is a therapeutic practice, right? As I do believe in therapy, I also believe you have to find ways to healthily get through things or get past things, or just find ways to be creative in your own right? Listen, I could be doing this and putting these episodes out and nobody listening. Like, I don't care, but for me, I just needed some kind of creative release, right? Since I can remember, I've been doing things creative. I used to rap, so I started writing rhymes when I was like 13, 14. And from doing that, that turned into going to, my homie. He had a little studio in his closet. And then from going there to like going to an actual studio. And then from going to the studio to performing on stage. And then, doing all these things and just trying to find creative outlets just to get my feelings, get my emotions out, right? Hey, I'm a man and I'm not afraid to say that, I have emotions that sometimes I want to get out, and, sometimes I get them out the wrong way. Sometimes I could be going through something with a woman and, posting subliminals on Instagram like we all do, or whatever the case is. But it's important that you find something healthy to do. Find something healthy to put your mind to, and not that you just using it as a coping mechanism, but also getting out the things that you want to say and whatever you need to do, right? For me, a long time, it was playing football. Like, I always looked forward to Sundays getting on the field, whether it was playing tackle, pads, flag, whatever it is. It was just a good physical release for me to be like, yes, I got through the week, or I got through whatever it is that was stressing me out or that was on my mind. So, make sure that even if you are doing therapy, you have the tools and you have therapeutic practices that'll help you get over whatever the case is. So, shout out to everybody that's doing their thing. Shout out to, all the podcasters out there that, are really getting in front of the camera and sharing their lives and their feelings with total strangers or whatever the case is. So I just want to big up everybody out there. Shout out to you if you listen to me. Shout out to me if you listen to somebody else. Life is hard. Nothing is easy out here. So, shout out to y'all, man. Keep doing your thing. If y'all loving the pod, hit like, share, subscribe. I ain't trying to keep y'all here too long. But yeah, I'm rocking with y'all. Hope y'all rocking with me. Again, follow me on the socials, Rome1481. We here, we out, we gone.